Hey, everybody. Welcome to the Properties of Nature podcast. It's your boy, Canyon Drake Malloy, and I'm now the host of the Properties of Nature podcast just because I wanted to be. Kate can't make it today, which is a shame, but instead, we've got a special guest who will introduce themselves later. I am the guitarist for Properties of Nature. And I was going to say up next is Josh, but that would defeat the purpose of him introducing himself. So there you go.
Say it anyways.
Up next is Josh.
Yeah, that's me. I'm Josh.
Yeah, you heard
I
him,
sing
right?
for the band and the podcast. I'm the singer of the Properties of Nature podcast. Yeah, I do, yeah. We have song challenges that we make songs like once a month. They do pretty well. We have like
Thomas out here
like
wondering
a solid,
when to fucking introduce
seriously,
himself.
like 80 to 90 people like listen to our stupid ass little meme songs.
What's up, everyone? I'm Thomas Heath. I'm the motherfucking bassist, and today I have a live hand grenade.
Oh, fuck.
Bro, do you
He literally
actually
just
have
pulled
a
out a fucking
grenade?
grenade.
Yeah.
Let me see the bottom of that shit. Show me the bottom.
Oh, it's got
This-
the hole.
All right, there better be. I was like, bro, if he flipped it over and there wasn't a hole, I fucking lose my shit. Guys, we got a special fucking guest today. And you know what? I'll let them introduce themselves and what they do.
Tenchio, and I make music. Yeah, I make music. There you go.
Fuck yeah.
Joe, is that all? Is that all you make? Is that your like main? You know, we're all comprised of artists here. Is that your main thing? Is music?
I started as an illustrator, but then I just like sort of instruments, and then I started making songs, and then I started making the artwork for the songs, and like it sort of became sort of a symbiotic thing. So I guess I am the artistic director of myself. Because I do.
Yeah, you got a lot
everything
going on
for the
in
project.
your
I
noggin.
draw all the art. I edit all the videos. I direct everything. Like, and of course, I mix, master, sort of like a big, it's art basically. Like, it's just a big art thing.
You just
Yeah,
do all
homie's
of it.
a one-man band, all in
One-man
just
band.
one person.
Literally,
It's fucking
yeah.
crazy.
Anybody here listening who hasn't listened to him, listen to him. He's got new music coming out. When does it come out?
First, I believe. Yeah.
The 1st? Okay. So that'll probably be out a couple days after we release this, unless this is getting
really?
released. Is this getting released tomorrow? Are we caught up on podcasts?
No. Tomorrow we recorded 2 podcasts before. We had the music one and then the regular one. The other one's gonna release tomorrow, but then this one will release next week. I'm editing this one.
Okay, then yeah. Next
So
by
we'll be
next week,
close.
it'll be pretty close. A couple days. Comes out in a couple days.
Dude,
Check
I'm
it out.
excited. I remember
His music is fucking crazy. He has a couple albums. Each album he changed it up. I mean, you had like your vocoder stuff, not vocoder, Vocaloid. Yeah, Canyon. This guy does Vocaloid stuff.
I remember Josh a really long time ago sent me a song of yours that I really fucking liked, and it was so long ago too. It was off the album. I forget a lot about it, but Josh, do you remember what it was?
I don't remember. I
There
literally
was
don't
there
know.
was a person on it, and it was the hands one. That's the only way I remember is there's
I don't
hands on
know
the
any of
album.
your song names.
I barely know my album names. This is the one that's in
Dude,
black
I
and
know.
white with the fucking hand in the face.
Yes, that
that's
one. Yeah, I know, and I'm like, that's
004.
the perfect way to fucking describe it.
Well,
So
here-
you do all of the art on this, then, huh?
Yeah.
I can tell you what the song is.
That everybody sends around is
Projector?
Gadget 435 self-esteem generator. Cool.
I really liked Projector. That was the one
Projector.
Josh sent to me,
Nice.
and I really liked
Pretty
it.
recent.
Which
Yeah.
one was?
I was
Homie, I
shop-
can't even find Projector on your albums.
I was
I
shopping
mean,
at
it's 'cause in the-
Target.
it's in the fucking EP. Like, it's coming out on the EP. It's only a single so far.
Yeah. I was shopping at Target when in the group chat he was like talking about having you on, and I was like, who the frick? And so I looked it up, and I really liked Acceptance.
Oh, thank you.
And while I was just walking around Target, I pretty much listened to all your songs, and like some of
Long Target.
Yeah.
I was gonna say, how long were you in
Yeah.
Target,
That was a
dude?
lot.
I was just vibing. I was just living my life at Target. Anyways,
He's just trying to be inside a Target. It's his
He's
dream.
like sleeping on the dog beds in Target.
but a lot of the stuff that Josh sends over my way, I'm just like, like I'll listen to a couple of songs and then I'll go back to what I was listening to. But yeah, I pretty much listened to all your stuff. Like none of the songs sounded the same, honestly. There was like a special thing about each of the songs, and I really fucked with it. So
Yeah, dude, you mix like it's like mathcore without distortion, and then like math rock rhythms and time signature changes, and then electronic stuff. I know you like your splicing up your stuff and having it repeat like "dit, dit, 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 dit."
Yeah,
I really like that.
That's the way to put it. Yeah.
I really like that.
You'd be surprised to like if you actually like if you see like my project files and stuff like that. The actual like time signature stuff isn't there isn't much of that at all really. There used to be like in the first like in 2018 kind of shit, like when I was really just starting out and I was more of like a musician than I was like a producer.
Yeah.
Like, fucking 14.8 whatever, you know what I mean? But
They're gonna make it the most impossible thing
Exactly.
anyone's ever and like no one fucking cares.
nobody cares, and it doesn't mean that it's gonna sound better or anything. So like, by this point it's more like a texture shift kind of thing. Like, always keep it fresh. But
Yeah.
beneath that, generally there's like a steady 4/4 or 3/4 kind of almost like the kick on the one every time. You know what I mean? Like it's pretty
Yeah.
steady.
Like your choruses are all in
right,
4/4.
right, exactly. Of course.
I feel like that's a general thing for most music.
For Properties of Nature in our first album, like we had a couple singles where we were like playing in 7/4 and stuff like this, and it was really fun. But like on newer stuff that I'm making, even though the guitar is more complex and there's so much more going on, I still find it's more pleasing for people to hear
yeah, of
because
course.
they get it more. Because if you do something in 7/4, they're like, yeah, I'm jump. I remember playing a show and everybody in the
They didn't know
fucking
what to do.
crowd, and it was
Oh,
our
that's
it was
the
a banger ass,
worst.
and they're just like standing there like, oh, and we're about to, okay, we're not gonna jump just yet.
Yeah.
Do we jump now? And then we do it, and they're like, oh, we missed it, and I'm
Yeah.
like, okay, no one can fucking vibe to this.
Incredibly like unsatisfying. Like a musician.
And you can tell they're into it. They got so much
Yeah,
energy
they're
they
ready
want
to do it. They
use.
just don't know when to do it.
Yeah.
It's
Like,
like,
but
are
like-
you ready to fucking? And then the
Sort
beat
of.
drops,
I'm
and
sort
people
of
are like,
ready.
what?
It's like, well, fuck. So,
Well, it's like, can you imagine like Fall of Troy before they were big? Like,
oh,
people would go to their shows and they're probably like, "What
Yeah,
the fuck
oh,
is happening?"
Wait, what? Oh no. I mean, to be honest, Fall of Troy, still kind of like if you look at the choruses at the very least, or like the main riff, it's usually pretty straightforward, and it's catchy. That's the thing. It's catchy, so people may not necessarily focus. Maybe the rhythm is weird, but the phrasing is so catchy that like people remember the catchiness of that more so than the fact that it's like in 14 or whatever. So it ends up like sort of compensating for the complexity, I guess. Like, oh my god, I got really choked up talking about the filter.
It's okay. Yeah, we miss them too, but they're still with us in our hearts.
But so yeah, like they sort of, for me, they kind of surf that line perfectly in terms of like, yeah, it's complex and whatever you want, but it's also just like they're good songs. You know what I mean? That's for me. That's kind of the
think,
secret.
For Properties of Nature, it's like I write all the music. Like when we're starting a song, I will write both guitars and then hand it off to whoever wants it.
Right.
And then we just kind of build, and then by the end of it, we have a song.
Right.
But I think more recently, we're trying to experiment with like writing choruses first, and then being that's what we're trying to move into, is make the catchy thing and then build the song around it. Like have an overall, because we're really fucking bad at song ideas. Like if you ask us what any of our songs are about, we'll make the words and then we'll fit a story to everything later. That's usually what ends up happening. So I think now what we're trying to do is write choruses that have meaning and then building a kind of world around that.
Yeah.
I think that would probably be the fucking way to go.
I mean,
Yeah.
But it's hard. It's hard orchestrating something even between just the four of us, Properties of Nature. You know, it's It's a lot easier, I think, to write music as a singular person. Just me writing music by myself.
It's
Mostly 'cause-
faster.
It's faster, yeah.
Right,
but I
right.
don't. I like it, but also at the same time, if I can write both my guitar parts and hand them off to any of these fuckers, and then they just put whatever they want on there, I love it. It's so exciting.
Yeah,
it's like
working
getting
with
to hear like a
people-
totally new version of the song.
I could never
completely
trust
changes
anyone
it.
that much.
Hey, you can
Like-
trust me.
No.
Come on. Hey, but hey, we'll make a song and then
Fine.
Fine.
That's more
you can
so you
change,
trusting me, you know what I mean?
You can change whatever you want of my stuff. I don't care.
All right. Okay.
I
That,
like
again,
your
that's sort of
music. I
you
would
trusting me, not
I do trust
necessarily.
you.
Okay,
Hey,
thank you.
you can trust me at least vocally. I'm not gonna write like bad vocals.
Can I trust you not to barf?
No.
Okay.
No, there's one thing I know about Josh is you cannot trust him to not barf. Anytime this man does anything, he's like, bro, I have to go to the
thing is,
hospital right now.
I have like my life, my entire existence is nausea. Like I'm constantly like nauseous. I fucking hate everything because of it. But so I feel like I'm pretty good with not throwing up for that fact. But sometimes it just gets too much.
It's too emotional. You
Too-
just have
too-
to throw up.
Too emotional. You know when I'm talking
Yeah,
about
that's
the
what
fall
it
of
is. He
Troy?
just gets so sad he has to throw
Right,
up.
it's like,
He's got a sympathetic barf disease.
That would
Syndrome,
suck.
yeah.
That would be worse than what my thing is.
If you just throw up whenever you feel sad, or
Yeah.
if you
Psychosomatic.
throw up,
Just like-
Yeah, just like I get stressed
it
out.
would also be a very big hindrance depending on how bad the scenario has to be in order for you to throw up. Like
my
if you're
God,
just
in a
at the
funeral.
store and someone else is having trouble with their card, you know when you're trying to swipe your card, and
Oh
it's
my
like,
God.
oh, card declined, you know?
And then
it's
I
like
throw
that for
up.
someone else, but then you at the other aisle just starts vomiting all over the fucking cashiers.
Bro, that
That's
just
how-
reminded me of like when I was on my last
You in Target
job.
listening to Tenchio's music, throwing up in the dog beds.
Oh my god, sleeping
when
in
I
the dog
was-
beds and throwing
when
up
I was
on
at
them.
my last job though, I was riding in a truck with a dude, and he basically had this disorder where if he didn't strictly just eat like plain white rice and drink only water, then he would throw up. And
Oh
so
fuck.
and he ate like shit. He would get gas station hot dogs, and he only drank Mountain Dew. Like he would never drink water.
So he
and
was just
so-
constantly sick.
So he'd just pull over, he'd be like, gotta barf, and he'd fucking throw up, and he'd get back
part
in.
of his day.
Bro, how does
And-
that? How do you live your life like that? That's
Well,
so
I
Does he
sad.
get to like
I
absorb any
asked him,
nutrients?
like- Yeah, I asked him like, what the fuck? Like, how do you deal with that?
He said, "Bro, you're fucked up."
That's like
And he was just like, yeah, I'd rather fucking throw up every time I eat than only eat fucking plain rice and drink
Fair
water.
point, honestly.
And I was like,
Yeah.
bro.
I guess that's fair.
I'm
yeah.
not gonna lie. I wonder if that man's just got bad anxiety and he doesn't know what anxiety feels like because he's had it his whole fucking life.
No,
Because
he was
whenever I got bad,
diagnosed with
I
something.
never give anxiety, never. But whenever I do, it's always like 1,000%, and I just throw up. Like I'll wake up and I throw up until that thing is gone. I am vomiting.
No, yeah, he said.
What is it with you guys
the
and vomiting?
doctor.
Like I'm noticing.
Hey, have you
patterns
never
here.
vomited
Hey,
before?
buddy, we're Americans, man. What do you
Yeah,
think?
all
We,
I don't
food
know.
we eat is made of plastic.
What is
Yeah.
vomiting? What is that?
Yeah, see Tenchio. This is canon now. Tenchio does not vomit.
Wow.
Oh.
It's
I
kind of
actually-
like you guys know about like Kim Jong Un, and he doesn't go to the bathroom or whatever that.
Oh yeah,
that
yeah.
whole thing is.
I'm pretty sure that was just a joke in The Dictator.
Yeah, it was just a joke.
I could count on one hand the amount of times that I vomited in my life.
Are you
Are you
serious?
serious? Damn,
Yeah.
I can't.
Do you never
Bro, I can
just
count
get?
on one hand. I can count on one hand the amount of times I can count on two hands the amount of times that I've thrown up in the past week and a half,
my
my
God.
guy.
I
But I mean,
Don't
that's
vomit
extraneous
that
though
much.
because I started my job recently and I was super nervous about it because I didn't
Is your
train us
job
like the
barfing?
best.
What?
The amount of
Is that your
times
job?
I threw up last night, I cannot count
Hired
on
as a
2 hands and
professional
2
barfer.
feet.
Whoa.
I'm thinking maybe 6 times a year, unless I'm getting like fucked up on like
A
alcohol
year?
and shit. Like that's how much I'll
I
vomit.
don't drink, so that might have something to do with it.
If,
Oh,
if
yeah, I go
I
to
could
the
say
ER,
my
so-
average,
I go to the ER, the emergency room, 2 to 6 times a year. I'm not healthy.
if I could average out for a year, I'd say probably 5 to 10 a year, but like that's an average. You know, sometimes it goes up more, sometimes it's less.
So you've done all
It's
your
usually never
vomiting for
less.
the year in the last 2 weeks?
Well, there's going to be more. I'm just saying it's an average over my life. You know, some years I throw up
This is such
might as
5
well.
great
times. Some years I
freaking
throw up 20.
podcasting.
This
Listen,
is great content.
You think I'm not going to edit this shit down to be the best fucking? You listen. You
Edit
guys have never
everything
listened to the
around
Property
this
Nature
and
Pad.
only have the vomit
What's your
cast.
favorite part of the podcast? I like the vomit part. It was really.
There was a whole
insightful.
podcast 2 weeks ago. I was gone, and they were talking about piss.
Oh,
Fuck yeah.
So it's
So they
just
had
a
they had
bodily
the piss
fluid
cast,
per podcast.
and then the vomit cast. Yeah,
Well,
literally.
we are but human beings. We piss, we shit.
We do that. I mean, the
We
next one's
throw
gonna
up.
be about shit. I guess. Like,
No, we
Nah,
already
had
did
a-
that
been there.
one.
oh,
Well,
We
we
had
gotta
our-
circle back. We haven't done the shit episode in a
we
while,
had
so we
our,
circle back.
Cumcast last week, so we're
Yeah,
all
we
out of
couldn't
that.
stop making horny jokes,
Yeah.
dude.
isn't
I
that like
listen.
a company?
Company.
Comcast.
Yeah.
Instead of providing you with internet, they just like seep cum
Oh,
into your
Comcast.
walls and like
Yeah,
your
yeah.
house.
You just sort
Oh
of
my
like
God.
access
The
it.
walls are
Hey,
oozing
It's like
slime.
the milkman,
So-
but they come up and they drop off the glass
no.
bottles full of.
No. Oh.
So,
You gotta make sure to finish them and then put the glass back.
Oh my
yeah,
God.
he comes
Like
and
the
fucks
actual
oh
your
my
wife.
milkman.
god, dude, who hires these people?
Listen, no one.
Villains.
Who hires Comcast people? Yeah,
Like,
It's just villains.
Like, can you imagine the interview
Ne'er-do-wells.
process? The interview
Ne'er-do-wells.
process for that. There's like the perfect employee, and they're like, "No, you're not good enough."
Like, all right. How many
So wait,
liters a day?
Tenchio, then
Tell me.
you don't live in where do you live then?
I am from Uruguay, born and raised. I've left the country twice, and that's it. Yeah.
To where?
You
like,
left it
where,
twice.
where'd you go?
I went to Argentina once, and I went to Ecuador once.
Are you gonna
uh,
come visit us in the United States?
No, I will never go to
Hey.
the U.S. ever.
If I
Oh,
pay
really?
if I pay for
Yeah.
your plane ticket,
You would never even tour
no.
musically?
I mean, no. I
Damn.
mean, I can barely play my shit live, so like it's a whole thing. But
Same.
Yeah.
I mean, also I'm one person, so like it's kind of
Mhm.
difficult to sort of. I mean, ideally, I would like to get let's sort of a band together so it can sort of offset the awkward vibe of just being one person standing on stage.
One
and
dude
it's-
on a stage and people are
Speaking
waiting for you to
about
do
that,
something
You
amazing.
have to have a lot of like balls. Like I've it's not to say that I haven't played live, but like the time that I have, I've like sort of like had to like do like an internal hype up speech to myself, like you're fucking cool, you're cool. And
Well,
then
you
see
just
the
run
videos, and it's like,
the-
yeah, you're lame, but like
you just
know.
run like all your extra stuff through the PA and you play your guitar, right?
Yes, and the vocals, and I do a lot of sampling on stage. It's sort of
Okay.
like the extent of the things that I can do.
See,
Um,
that's
Hey.
terrifying when you're the only fucking person on stage.
Yeah, like with us, like
that's
you gotta
fucking
look
unreal.
dumb with all your best
Yeah.
friends, and
Right.
it's not
I mean,
all
the
on
thing
you.
with playing alone is like you can't look dumb anytime because that's the
Well, if
only
you
thing
mess
your
up
people
once,
are looking at.
yeah, if you mess up
Exactly.
one time, they know who messed up.
Exactly. Like no, it's a computer. I'm perfect.
Hey,
It's
don't
like,
look
I
at
swear it was
me.
computer.
I mean, the
actually-
whole
was the bass
idea of
player.
it, right, is you gotta be like so practiced and like you love the thing so much that like when you fuck up, you just blow it off, and everybody else just goes like,
oh yeah, it's
whatever,
a
forget
confidence
about
thing,
it.
most definitely. Like
For sure, but it still doesn't make it any easier.
No,
Even
no.
being in a band, getting on stage, and like the stuff that I'm playing on guitar now, having to like stand there, and people are gonna. A lot of people they see guitarists and the guitarists are jumping around and they're like woo, and then they're literally playing like da 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 da.
So they jump
And
around
it's
'cause they
only a
can.
single. Yeah, because and then I'm sitting here and I'm like playing like I don't know, maybe like 15 to 20 notes. No, maybe 10 to 15 notes a fucking second. Like I can't fucking jump around. I gotta have the precision of a
you're one of
fucking
those motherfuckers that
sniper
plays like
elitist
with
to
the
play my fucking
with
guitar.
the strap like up to their fucking armpits, like a professor.
Yeah, that's the shit I'm gonna
like
have to
Sean.
do.
Have you
Yeah.
seen
I have to play
Sean?
with
Oh, that's
this shit
so
like
lame.
up here.
That's like the lamest thing ever.
It looks
So I-
lame, but it makes sense.
You're
It
gonna
works.
have
yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, it's
It just looks so
pragmatic.
stupid. Yeah, it's practical.
yeah.
It just looks dumb.
I would never though. Like, I try to like make sure to like leave when I these days since I know that I'm because when I was first starting, I had no intention of like no intention of playing live ever. Because like for if like to the point that like the songs that I was making had like tuning changes in the middle of the song, so it's like it's
Oh,
literally unplayable.
Homie's out here like, I actually hate
Hey, you could
fucking
play-
music.
You could play them on like a 2-necked guitar.
Oh my god. Okay,
You're
but
the
that
Claudio
moves
Sanchez.
into my next point. Like these days, since I know that like there's a possibility of me performing this live, I will make the thing sort of doable enough so that I can not only play it live but also sort of give a good performance. You know what I mean? Because like that's particularly when you're alone, that's pretty important. I feel like. 'Cause otherwise, I would just let people listen to my music through a PA, and it's like, all right, here we go. I can add
I
nothing
just
to
hang
this.
out with them. Just
Yeah,
hang out in
it's
a
like,
room and just
I
play your
made this,
music.
and then press,
Bro,
like press space bar.
Me and Cade like this rapper guy on YouTube. His name's Viper, and we saw him perform live like the very first time, like on a YouTube video when I was down there last week. And he literally has a screen projector behind him playing his fucking YouTube videos
Oh my
while he
god.
stands up there and he's like, "Yeah."
That's so common though. Like these days,
It's just so fucking funny.
you know, like all these like I'm a big fan of the music. You know, like these whole like indie hyper poppy kids that are popping up.
Oh yeah.
The music, generally speaking, I really like it. But then you like see the live shows and it's like so lame because like they just like press like they play the
They
song
press play.
and like they have the auto tune on, but like it's not as if like they removed the vocals from the track. They just like the tracks and the vocals in the track are playing still. So
Yeah.
like even if they don't like they're I don't know. It just feels like there's
I think
something
what it
missing. You know what I
is
mean?
is that what it is the fucking atmosphere for me, because you get this song and it's like, whoa, I'm in this world, and then you get to see it live, and then it's just some like kid on stage
Right.
who doesn't know, like they like the song but they don't know the atmosphere for it. So you're
Exactly.
watching just this kid run around and being all hype, and the
Yeah.
song's just like, I'm sad, fucking
Yeah.
everyone I know
that's
is dead.
Such
And
a
you're like,
weird juxtaposition. It's like, what am I supposed to feel? Because like,
Yeah.
I mean, I get it. Because like maybe like you wrote the song a long time ago and you don't necessarily relate to what you were like, but you have to connect in the performance. I feel like, because otherwise the message
some way,
is
yes.
skewed. You know what I
Yeah.
mean?
Dude, so what's the music scene like in Uruguay? Like,
It
are there a
doesn't
lot of
exist.
musicians? It doesn't
No.
exist. So you can't even find the people to play the kind of music.
Exactly. That's why I
that you
didn't even
play.
try.
Yeah.
when you say the music scene doesn't exist, you mean like all music, or is it just like,
I mean,
y'all just bumping
Do you
to
know
Uruguayan
what? Do you
music?
know what cumbia is?
Nah.
Yes.
Grew up on
no.
cumbia
No.
my whole
Yeah?
life. Nope,
Okay,
never heard of it before.
Fuck you. It's
Sorry,
basically
man,
it's basically I was so
I'm
excited
sorry.
to not have to explain what it is. But it's
Sorry,
basically
I let you down, man.
fuck you. It's basically this like it's that rhythm.
Oh, okay. I heard
24/7.
it. I heard that
Okay,
sound
I
on
know.
TikTok, but they made fun of it. And it goes, it does that.
It's that pattern for every song ever that you will ever hear.
Is that not the same for another? I'm sorry. I'm not even gonna try and guess the culture, because if I fuck it up, I will be crucified. But it goes, boo, gaboo, gaboo.
That's reggaeton.
Gaboo,
That's the other
Reggaeton.
one, like the other one that you will always hear, and usually
Okay.
together they're together, and that's the only thing that exists here, basically.
Damn.
Like here, particularly where I live, like Paysandú, which is like a tiny sort of like city.
It sounds great.
No, it's not.
It sounds awful. Is what
Thank
I
you.
meant to
Exactly.
say.
Yeah, yeah.
Sucks.
That's
I
more.
hate it.
That's
Thank
more
you.
similar.
This place fucking blows.
Yes, I mean it's nothing happens. That's the good thing and the bad thing. Like truly, nothing happens, including music. So
Damn.
there's
damn,
like
dude.
rock bands, but they're like,
Like
rock
normal-
bands. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah,
they're like
yeah.
they're like drop D, like caveman ass, like
They say,
and like and it's like so
Oh, it's like
surface level.
AC/DC is like, yeah.
I mean, some of them, and the other ones are like. You know what I mean? Like, and it's like I've heard this
Okay.
before a million times, and
Yeah,
you know,
make something
Yeah,
new
that's
for
the
once.
thing.
Use
That's
your
the thing
fucking
when I
brain.
listen
You're
to your
alive.
When I listen to your music, I'm like, I have never heard anything like this.
and that's
What the
for me.
fuck?
That's the point. Like, otherwise, what are you doing? You know what I mean? So, like,
Yeah.
Or at least make something fun.
Right.
Yeah, no, for real. If I hear another fucking radio song that sounds like another radio song, I'm
Yeah.
gonna fucking lose my marbles.
Well,
That's like a big thing about like why I
Not
don't
your
like
marbles.
butt rock, because it all
Oh.
sounds the same. It's da 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 da. Same with like pop punk. I can't get into pop punk.
Bro, I'm gonna start my own genre, like amplified butt rock, and it's gonna be called
Oh my God.
ass rock.
Ass
Ass
rock.
rock.
It's gonna be butt rock on steroids.
Like really fucking distorted, just like drop
Just call
G
it-
butt rock.
Just call it like crack rock or like meth rock or something. I don't know.
Like,
Just like you
look
play
at
on
this
the.
photograph.
You don't even say the word. Oh yeah, those look like those heavy metal bands that like the lyrics are like I see the
God.
suffering of the children and I try to protect them from the world, but then like they go like
Yeah, it's like.
I swear to God, some of those bands aren't actually saying what the lyrics say, right?
No, they're
like they're
not,
just doing
dude.
random
They're
shit.
not.
They have to be.
they're not.
I would love to do that. Like, just like.
So
yeah,
Just
like, go
lie
ahead, go ahead.
about what the lyrics are.
Yeah, just be like, ah! And it's like this is actually a commentary on the state of the world. And like it's
Can
really
we do
close to my
that?
heart. I mean,
Can we do that for a fucking
yeah.
song?
Yeah,
I
absolutely.
need that. I need that. All we'll do is. Yeah, it's just some fucking crazy shit.
yeah, what we'll have is like a a really nice overall song, and then like maybe a 10-second part where it just blast beats like. And then like,
Eight paragraphs. It's just
Yeah.
eight fucking paragraphs of
Book.
shit. We just said it really fast.
the
It's-
B movie script.
It's a 10-second long part, and yeah, you just have all this fucking.
You go through the
Text.
lyrics on the Spotify and you have to scroll
Yeah.
and fucking
The lyrics are just going-
scroll and scroll.
Oh my god.
Yeah, it falls in, the lyrics go by. It's
know-
like the whole length of the Holy Bible.
There's like
how
one
it
part is
follows?
like in Hebrew, and it's like, oh, I guess.
Yeah.
You know how it
Oh, he knows
follows with
Hebrew,
the
wow.
lyrics? You know how it follows with the lyrics when you listen to some
Yeah.
of them?
That's what we're
It's
saying.
going
It
down
just
normally, and then it gets to the part and goes. It just
Yeah,
goes
like
down
the,
really
the,
fast.
the sync thing. Yeah.
Yeah. Holy
So,
shit. dude.
Tenchio, you're saying that you're saying specifically what I'm hearing out of your mouth and before the podcast. Nothing you can say you didn't say is that you do hate America overall
Oh,
and what we
oh.
stand for here. So
Tell
I,
us why.
if you'd like to,
I want to know.
yeah, if you'd like to,
I like
that's
to know
jokes
what
by the way,
other-
everybody. I don't know. It might not be jokes. He hasn't said anything
I
like
like
that.
to
but
know what other people in other countries think about us.
I mean, and
'cause
I agree, man.
dude,
I
our
love,
country
I'm like,
kind
dude,
of
fuck this
Well,
fucking
is our
place. It's
country.
shitty.
You don't even know what you're agreeing on yet, so just let me actually say something.
We get the outside deets from somebody in
True.
Uruguay.
True. Yeah, I want to know. Yeah.
Okay, so there's like a consensus in Latin America, I feel, that North America is sort of like an ant farm. And we're just looking at it like, oh my god, look at them. You know what I mean? It's
Yeah, absolutely. We're a spectacle. It's a fucking. It's crazy. We're an experiment.
It's so bizarre to me, the issues that y'all have, like the things that you choose to fight over. It's
Oh, yeah.
It's like, I don't know. I mean, I'm not gonna go into specifics because that's not, you know what I mean? Like I'm not.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it's just so. We're always like so baffled with the things that you find
The
are
new thing that
issues.
we're upset about?
Yeah, or like the things that you don't have, like or the fact, for example, that you have to do, like for example, taxes by hand. Like
Yeah,
you have
dude,
to calculate
I'm
your
pissed.
tax. What the
I
fuck is
fucking
that?
hate that. I want
Well, of
I want my
course.
taxes. They're already pulled out of my fucking bank. I shouldn't have to
Exactly,
do
like-
anything. They have the info.
I know.
I hate that.
We know. We do
Dude.
that.
Every
We're
country
a
in the
third world
does
country,
that.
and we
The
do
United
that.
States is fucking stupid.
Thank you for saying it for me. I didn't say it.
Dude, I'll say it any day. You know what? My girlfriend's disabled, and her fucking medicine is $30,000 a month.
Oh my
If
god.
she gets a job, the government won't pay for that fucking medicine. So she can't work. Like, our government is fucking us. Like, I don't like
Yeah,
our
it's
country.
fucked.
I'm not happy with it.
Dude, if
Our
you ask
shit is
most
fucked.
like younger people like Gen Z and stuff like that, like I think they did a poll recently, and there was only like 16% of younger Americans actually like America. The rest fucking hate
Yeah,
this
just everybody
place.
hates it.
Reasonably so.
Because like ever since we've been born, it's just been wars and fucking attacks and just the shittiest people in like Congress running this whole thing. They all just try to fill their pockets with as much money what they can before burning the fucking place down. Like
The
seriously,
one thing I
it's a
can
fucking
say
joke.
about it is fairly safe, and everybody generally has kind of what they need. Because I've seen I've seen some shit and heard stories about third world countries that have just nothing. At least we're not in that situation, but also
I mean,
nowhere's
your,
perfect.
Your base level of like your poor people is rich people here. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
That's
see?
true. That's 100%.
Because we have that for sure. Like, we're not. There's people here starving, but like, there's not people here starving for like literally eating plastic. Like, but if you go to a ton of third world countries in the world, there's people literally eating fucking dirt and plastic because they can't.
There's something
survive.
really interesting that I've noticed with my girlfriend that we always like joke about it at this point. It's like,
Yeah.
you know how like if you need a quick meal or whatever, you Americans, you people will get like Burger King or McDonald's or some shit.
Yeah.
I mean, like it's like a here that to us is like, oh, we're going out to eat, we're going to Burger King. You know what I mean? Like
Yo,
that's
we're
like
getting Burger King tonight,
yeah, that's like
boys.
that's like a luxury. That's like, oh my god, we get to eat Burger King. You know what I mean? So like, and granted, here in Paisandú, for instance, we don't even have McDonald's. We had it for like 2 years, and then it like nobody would buy it, so they closed it.
Damn.
No one would buy it? What, was it just because they were like, this isn't food?
Yeah, I mean, no. The thing is, like, it tastes fine. You know what I mean? It was just people. We are a cattle country, like by far. We're like one of the most like revered meat producers. That's gonna be my bio.
Y'all be having cows.
Yeah,
do be
because it's like
producing
I don't know,
that
the meat is like apparently really
He
high
doesn't just
quality.
produce music; he produces meat.
I mean, my family does.
Oh shit!
we have the
so it's not
meats.
even a lie.
No, I mean, yeah, my uncle and my aunt they did that, yeah.
Okay.
But I mean, that's how like ubiquitous it is. But so our meat, like our beef and chicken and pork and human, not necessarily, are really good.
Hello? Wait, what? Did you say
Human?
human?
No.
Pull up.
Wait,
no.
is
Do you
this
guys
a
eat
thing?
humans there?
Wait, now wait a minute. I feel like I just heard something.
No. That's a cricket. That's a that.
It wasn't real.
It's, yeah, there was some guy,
Nothing's
somebody
real.
outside.
That's what's the fucking called the Mandela effect.
Salmonella effect.
There you go.
Salmonella
That's the
effect.
one.
That was
That's
it.
the one.
That's
That's what I was
definitely
thinking,
it.
too.
That's how I
Definitely.
remember it.
I'm not gaslighting you at all. But yeah, so our meat is really good, and so like when we eat one of those, it's made with that meat, like even if it's fucking Burger King or whatever. So it's not from people that have come from the U.S. to visit here. They've said like, oh, the Burger King and the McDonald's and whatever, it's actually better than our Burger King in the U.S.
fuck.
'Cause,
Yeah,
like the meat
so the
is
thing
still like
is-
regionally sourced.
The Burger King here,
Yeah.
like the Burger Kings here, I fucking hate them. I don't like Burger
fucking
King.
I love
Don't
fast
like Burger
food in
King.
general. But
So what's a normal meal for you then? Is it like a huge process, or do you guys have like I know it's a strange question maybe, but like, you know, with the amount of people that just need a meal on the go and like fast food but can't go out to fast food or can't normally afford
first
it.
we start
We've got
by-
like frozen meals. I don't know if a lot of you guys just have stores just full of fucking frozen meals or not.
First, we start by walking up to the well and getting water.
No, you fucking don't.
Just
Do
kidding.
you?
No, you
Oh,
do
I was like,
not.
what the fuck?
I mean, listen, some places I believe it. I'm like, this guy's making music. He ain't got no fucking well outside.
You'd be
He's got his
surprised.
laptop and he's
live-
like, I
like-
piss in the well.
I lived.
You're on
for-
Discord with us. You don't have a well.
my I lived for like the first 15 years of my life. I lived, let's say, a kilometer away from an actual well,
Okay.
like a literal water well.
Homie uses kilometers, fucking bro.
Yeah,
face to his-
kilometers, centimeters, kilograms.
Hey.
You know,
do
all
you
the
even
things
know
that
how
make
big an
sense.
inch is?
No,
No, dude,
I mean,
I hate that we don't use the metric system.
Seriously though, I wish we
That's
did. I
another
wish we
thing
used
that we-
I
kilometers
hate
and
it.
shit.
There's
You
no
know, that's
reason
another
for
thing
it.
that
The
they're
rest of the
clowning you
world,
all for.
again, the United States has all these systems in place, and the rest of the world has systems already in place. The United States
Yeah.
just
Just
went
do
like,
it better,
no, fuck
I
you.
want my own one. I want.
It's
I
like,
want to
dude,
be
why?
special.
if I'm being 100% honest, that's what I love about the United States. Is we
Is it
just
what
fucking
the American
we
anthem.
blaze
Just like,
our
Yeah,
own
but you
path.
tell,
Da, 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 da,
hey,
da.
how many centimeters is like 5 inches?
Let me actually pull out my contractor as measuring
That's not what I
tape.
thought
While
he was
you're
going to
contractor-
say.
Hey, no, I need to
Oh
know
my
this.
god! So that would have been so
I got
much funnier.
something 5 inches right here.
Yeah. No, I was
Let me
gonna make
take out
that
the-
joke. I was gonna be like, would you rather tell somebody that you have 5 inches, or would you rather tell somebody that you got whatever 98 centimeters?
So, okay, 5 inches seems to be around 13 centimeters.
Yeah,
That's
you got
a
that.
respectable
That
amount of
13, that's a
centimeters.
respectable amount of centimeters. That's
Yeah, because
Yeah.
13 of
Average.
anything's kind of a lot. Would you rather have 5 of something or 13? Usually,
yeah. You
I
just
would
get
say,
more.
like, you wouldn't want 13 TVs. You want 5 because you can do something with 5 TVs. 13, you just got, like, 9 other TVs laying around your house. You'd rather have 5.
Is there a legitimate reason why the United States just does not use the metric system? Like
Like
Mexico, doesn't Mexico use it? Canada uses it.
A symptom of dumb.
It's got to be a symptom of
Facts.
dumb, dude.
Yeah.
Like, it's just
Nah,
there was no reason for it, as far as
it's
I know.
because fuck y'all. We doing our own thing.
That's dumb.
And messes
That is a
with
everyone.
symptom of dumb.
Fuck the British. Like, we're not the British. We're not the British
Just to stick
anymore.
it to the British.
It's like
you're
that's
like,
what's
like,
even. That's what's even funnier. Like I said, the whole world uses the metric system. It's not just the British.
So when you think of American people, then do you
Yes.
think that we love America, or do you think that we all fucking hate it here?
I mean-
What's the general opinion?
I've met enough Americans to know that there's nuance. But I generally don't expect the Americans that I interact with to be super happy with their country, honestly.
I'm not super happy with it, but like I said, at least we're like not starving to death.
I'm only
And treated
patriotic
well.
when it's funny to be so. But
God, the thing is, like,
Yeah.
I'm not even patriotic to my own country. Like, I have no idea what's happening here because all the
Same.
Yeah.
traditions and shit, I hate them. They're
A
just
lot of traditions are fucking weird, dude.
I mean,
They're all a lot of them are
even
fucking
if they're
weird.
not, I don't like them. So I just don't. I'm like, I was like very ostracized as a kid because I didn't engage, and it mostly. What I'm saying is, I didn't play football, soccer. I didn't play soccer, and so everyone
Damn.
clowned
Yeah,
on me
you have
for
to.
that.
You over here have to play. You have to call it soccer because
Yeah.
we're over here. We're Americans.
I didn't
God
play. I
bless
mean,
you.
regionally it's fool. You know what I mean? But like,
Fuck, you're an American. You live in South America.
So,
That's another fucking
yes.
thing, dude.
don't even get me started on that. But the fact that you just took the name of the continent, 2 continents,
Yeah, I
and
know,
be like, no,
right?
it's,
Two
this is
fucking
us. This is just
continents.
us.
2 entire
Hey, you are an
continents.
American.
is
I'm like,
just
I
us.
literally
No.
am.
Yeah.
Literally, Canada is America.
Yeah.
The United
yeah.
States is America. Mexico is America.
And when we
Yeah,
do
we don't say
geography
North American,
in
do we?
school,
Damn.
we know that. That doesn't sound weird to us, but I know that it sounds weird to you, and that's what's so funny about it. You know what I mean? For you to say Canada is America, that sounds weird to you, but for me, it's
Go
like,
word,
yeah,
eh?
It does,
is.
yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, it literally is. It's North America. It's part of North America.
Yeah.
Dude, that's fucking hilarious. I didn't even think about that. The fact that we're just like, you are not American. And it's like, bro, if you're from this side of the world, you're American.
Literally,
Are you
it's like
fucking kidding me?
It's like
Yes.
half of the world, like literally
Yes.
half. It's just-
I was recently introduced
don't
to
get that.
a sport.
You lost me.
Oh,
Yeah, he doesn't.
Sorry,
He just said
sorry,
he
what'd you-
didn't play. He didn't play football.
well, this sport is
American football.
It's called
ar-
faceball,
it's
where you go to your
armored.
closest you go to
It's
your
called
closest
the-
uncle and he
it's
drags his
called-
balls on your face.
So it's called the Armored Combat League, and you
LARPing?
basically put on
Did you say it's LARPing?
medieval armor. Yeah, you
It's
put on
LARPing.
medieval armor. You get real fucking swords and fucking axes and shit,
Oh.
and you fight each other. But like they're blunted,
Wait,
but they
oh,
still
okay, so
can
this-
fucking give you a
That's
concussion.
It
gonna
hurts.
fucking hurt. Yeah,
I bet
dude,
it
that's gonna
hurts,
hurt
yeah.
like hell.
And
You hit
What I
somebody with a
thought
big
was-
ass hammer, they're gonna get fucked up.
what
Oh,
I
but it's
thought was so
blunted, it's fine.
funny, I was watching this like world tournament, and everyone in Europe had like their like historical like clothes on, like what their armies would have been like in the medieval times, and then the people from the United States, I didn't want to say Americans, but
Yeah, dude. See, because
Dude,
it
they
doesn't make
fucking-
sense.
They make-
you
they
can't.
fucking
Yeah.
had like
Once
It's
you're
just
out of
normal
the-
for us, but it
American
doesn't make
flag,
sense.
all the stars and stripes on their fucking medieval armor, and
Oh
it
my
looked
God.
so out of place.
Oh my
it,
god.
it was so fucking funny, and that was the
Dude,
time
honestly-
where I was patriotic because it was just funny to be so like, oh yeah, let's go,
You're like,
America.
yeah, let's go, America, guy. You're
I saw
embarrassing yourself. You're
I saw a
embarrassing
clip
yourself,
of
and I
something
love
like
it.
that.
What?
I saw a clip of something like that where literally, yeah, there's like this little guy. He wasn't even little. It was a normal sized dude. And he was coming up to the other guy and he was just kind of like bonking him very kind of lightly with this light hammer. And then there was this like 1,000-foot tall giant man coming up with like the biggest just steel fucking whatever he could. And the biggest fucking hammer you've seen in your entire life. Homie didn't like this. He wasn't able to see him, the regular looking human being.
Whoa.
Homie pulls up the hammer like this, grabbing it by the very bottom of the hilt, and just uses all of his fucking weight and slams it into this dude's fucking helmet. And the guy like crumples to the ground, and the crowd's
shit.
like, "What are you doing?" There's only if you run a car into another car, people are still gonna fucking die. Like this guy,
Dude, so
but
it's
they all
like-
just kept going.
It's fine 'cause it's
Tenchio,
blunted.
have you ever played? It's funny because it's blunted. Have you ever played Skyrim?
Yeah, it's fine.
You played Skyrim before?
Yeah, I mean, for a little bit.
It's like the giants, the hill giants, or
Oh
whatever.
my God.
The that's
was
basically
like that.
what I'm thinking of.
Bro,
It
but
was
like,
literally like that. He literally obliterated this
the
man.
thing
That's
that I
probably what
found
we
like
think of Americans.
that's the thing I found
Sunshine.
especially funny about the Americans doing medieval combat with the Europeans is like the Europeans did that shit like in real
Right.
life, like
It's
for
historical.
generations. And then the no one from the United States, none of their fucking family were doing that shit. And then they just
Right,
come
because
over and they're like, we're
that
gonna
family,
kick your ass.
that part of the family that was doing that was European.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
The people who moved from other parts of the
Right.
world
it was just so
to the
fucking-
United States.
I don't
Granted,
know,
we
I
didn't have
just
that
found
either,
it so funny. But
You're here to appropriate this.
Yeah.
Yet another thing that we are going to
Yep.
choose that is ours now.
Yep, that's how it be.
Well, it's a difficult situation
America.
for that part of North America, right? The United States, because we claimed to be a melting pot, right? And people are like, "Wait, this is actually fire," and then people come over, and it's the worst thing they've ever fucking experienced in their life. They're like, "This is not a melting pot. This is the fucking worst."
So many
And then-
white
but
people,
now-
they're all racist.
Yeah. So now we have cultures, and then they're all intermingled, but we can't. And all like a lot of people just can't classify under a culture because
Right.
it's just fucked to do so. So you can see there's this weird vibe in America where people are around each other and nobody wants to be around each other, and it's not like French people where they're like, we're French. It's like we all can come together as French people. In America, we're all just
Right.
fucking
It's like
divided. Like,
sub-
everybody
subdivisions.
fucking hates
Everybody
each other.
hates everybody. That's
yeah,
wonderful.
That's the worst
really,
part.
really nice. No, it's
Fucking,
paradise.
it's wonderful. It causes everybody anxiety. Nobody wants to talk to
Oh,
anybody.
dude.
Bro,
No,
another
I don't
thing
want
I
to bring
like
up some like. Go ahead.
is that we brought you on our podcast just to talk about America for 25 minutes.
Yeah.
Dude, it was fucking
Talk
worth it.
about
I've enjoyed this.
masturbation.
Hey,
Bro,
let's talk
hey,
about
listen,
some
let's get on it.
masturbation.
What's your favorite method?
Now you're speaking
What's the
our
difference between
language.
jerking off in America and jerking off in South America?
I actually.
He's never touched himself.
I never knew how. I didn't know. I was scared.
My parents didn't teach me.
I think the Anglo-Saxon method is the one that's popularly,
What is the
Appropriated.
Anglo-Saxon method?
just
Tip
how
the
specific
shaft.
do you want me to get?
Get
you can
specific.
get very specific. Yeah.
Let's
Okay,
bleep
so
it
like
out.
just like grab the piece
The piece.
and just
By the handle,
up,
by the
down,
grip.
sort of like just like up down at an advancing speed.
So wait, hold on. What is the not Anglo-Saxon method?
Yeah,
then?
what
Well,
other
'cause
methods
now
are there?
I'm
Is
trying-
this something I
I'm
don't know
trying
about?
to, like,
You go-
There's- I mean, you can do that. I mean, if you can cook a chicken doing that, you can certainly spank the monkey. But like,
Oh yeah.
there's like this whole thing where people would do like Indian burns. So like it would be like not up and down, but like to the side. You know what I mean? Like one hand's
Yeah.
each side rotating, like
like
reverse
you're starting a
to the other.
fire.
Right. And
Like you're wringing out a rag.
yeah, exactly like that. But there's the other
sounds
one that's
painful.
more just like rolling it, like you're rubbing your hands together,
Yeah,
but like
you're a
there's
fly. You're like, you got a
there's
plan.
wiener in between. You know what
I,
I mean?
I have a
Make
lot
a
of
wiener sandwich with your hand.
I have
Not
a lot of
super
experiments
effective
to run
in my
tonight.
experience.
I'm
Oh.
very excited.
I can
Yeah.
Tom is
my
gonna go
own-
out of the Anglo-Saxon method.
They're not as
my
effective. They are fun though. I will say that.
You know, it's you keep things interesting. It may not be the best method, but it'll get you there. You know, you don't always have to drive a car somewhere. Sometimes you can ride a bike. You know,
Well, I
Ain't nothing
Right, or
wrong
you can
with
just
that.
drive the car with your ass or some shit.
Yeah, yeah. You know,
Like turn around.
I would
And just, like,
encourage
wait.
someone.
Place your glutes on the steering wheel.
So what kind of cars do you have there? Are there like specific
Shitty
brands?
ones.
Like,
I mean,
are
we
they
have the
specific
same
brands?
brands, just shittier cars. You know, like
Are they
it's-
just older? Like,
Hell
yeah.
they don't
I mean,
ship
I
new
don't
cars
even
there
own
that
a car.
often?
I walk everywhere. That's how tiny my city is. But like our expensive cars are like 10 years behind. You know what I mean?
Yeah, see,
Even if they're
everybody
new,
here has
but
like new cars and new phones, new fucking
yeah,
everything.
it's just I've had. I don't want to like bring up like a lot of. There was a controversial thing that happened recently with a person that I was associating with at the time who was American, and this man basically, I'm not gonna name anyone, you know what I mean, but like all
Johnny
he would do is
Craig.
complain, right? And like
Yeah.
he was like, oh, I had to like I had to like get in my car and drive Uber. Like, I'm like, you have a car. Like,
Yeah.
It's like, come
You
on,
can do
man.
anything. You have a car. You
Like,
can go
and
anywhere.
it was a good car too. Like it was a fucking like a decent car. You know what I mean? So I was like, like what the fuck are you talking about? Like it's just that's another thing with like America.
It's literally
that's,
the
like,
definition of first world problems,
yeah,
right?
it's like,
Yeah.
you
I
look
have
at
to
you
drive
look at
Uber.
yeah.
We don't even fucking have Uber. Like it's like
yeah.
it's so far fetched and it's such a bizarre like kind of in the same way that it's like so ubiquitous is also very insular in terms of perception from what I've noticed. It's like you people it feels like you assume like that everyone else functions in the same way that you do.
Yeah, because it's all we know. So it's
Right.
like we don't
Yeah.
even know the differences where they would even begin.
Right, but it's so funny because the things you do are so fucking interesting.
I'm sure it literally is like looking at if you were able to look into outer space and see some aliens just
Oh, yeah.
doing some weird shit, you go like, what are they doing?
Like,
Why are they
but
Hey.
like
it's-
what necessitates that?
It's to the point that it's kind of endearing. You know what I mean? It's like, oh, look at them.
Yeah, yeah.
You know, it's like,
Tell us some of your third world problems
so
so that we can just feel worse about our first world problems.
Well, global warming is pretty fucked here. We have like
Is it cold there, by the way? Because you're
No,
pretty
it's-
far from the equator,
it's-
right?
no, we're pretty close. That's sort of the
You're close to the
thing.
equator.
I
thought the
when I went
equator
to
was like
no, it's pretty close. It's like we're in the Capricorn tropic.
okay.
Let's say
So
we
you're
have
not
a
having like Antarctica
no, the
glaciers
opposite
floating
actually.
towards you.
We don't have snow, of course, but
Okay.
right now it is the hottest it's ever been, and the housing is not equipped to handle it.
So you don't have air conditioning.
We've been installing AC sort of like as an emergency measure, but like the places are all like brick and mortar, and like they're we
Rick
don't
and Morty?
like Rick and Morty, yeah.
It's Rick and Morty.
But so like
You walk
everything
into a
is-
house and it's like,
Oh,
Morty, oh Rick.
But so like right now, I'm renting a place that's like it's from like the 1800s.
Fuck.
So like
Jesus
everything
Christ!
is like concrete and like all the ceilings are super high. We even have like a fucked up hook that where the like the candelabra was supposed to be.
The what?
Jesus.
Like the
Candelabra?
Not candelabra.
It's a
chandelier.
Pokemon.
There you go.
Oh, that's a cool word though. That's the
yeah.
Spanish name for
I
it.
mean, yeah.
A candle,
sort
no,
of.
candelabra, like that's just like
Candelabra?
a fucking.
Right,
it's just
sort of-
it's just a big old
It's just
candle
because
thing.
here we use them interchangeably, but
Okay.
we have the hook for that. Of course, we don't fucking use it, but like everything is old as shit. Even the light switches are like wooden. You know what I mean? Like it's and we live there. We have a TV and shit. Like I have a PS2. But
Wow.
Dude,
Yeah.
PS2 is good though.
that's as far as
They've
I
come
got.
out,
I have a
they've come out
PS2, a
with 3
DS.
more, right?
No, actually, I didn't. We didn't find out. I mean, yes, we did. of
You didn't
course,
get the
but,
updates yet, but that's okay.
But yeah, I have like for example that's another one. Like if you have like a PS3, you're like, oh, you're rich. You know what I
We
mean?
need to send this guy
yeah.
a PS3.
I mean, like it truly is like. I again, I don't know where to even begin with that kind of stuff. But for example,
Yeah, it's just a whole different fucking world. It seems like.
the things that like you take for granted, we just sort of like work for.
Yeah.
Like proper like sewage and stuff like that is like oh like when we moved into this house with my girlfriend, there was so much like this house wasn't livable. You know what I mean? But
Yeah.
they fully expected us to pay the appropriate rent, of course.
How much is rent there then? Say
It's
for an
pretty
average
cheap.
place.
I would say like we're on the cheaper end of things because we don't need much. But I would say like $400, $500.
Okay. Swag.
Like a month?
Yeah.
Homie. Holy
Exactly.
shit. For
So
like a
the-
non-livable house. That is fucking wild.
I mean, I made it work. We made it work. Like it's pretty good.
Now, how
these
much
days.
would you say like the average like monthly wages for like most workers?
That's definitely for most workers. Definitely around I would say like 600.
600.
But the
so you're
minimum wage is
barely
definitely
affording rent for
Yeah,
a
I mean-
cheap place.
not me. I figured out that if you work for the Americans, you get paid in
Yeah, dude.
American prices, and so you know you sort
Wait,
of
how are you working
live.
for Americans? What do you
I'm a
do?
producer mostly. I produce for other
Okay.
people, like mostly English speakers and Japanese speakers. So
Okay, fuck
the
yeah.
economy is different, but I get paid and I apply it here and pay rent with that. So I sort of figure out a life hack if I stay in a third world country with first world wages. It's pretty fucking good. You
I
know?
always said, I got this friend of mine, and we always said that if things ever got bad and we just fucking hated our lives, we would just take out the biggest fucking loan we could from the bank and just go to some fuck all place where you can buy like
Move
a
down to
trillion
South
pounds of
America.
rice for like $5.
Dude, come to
It's
the
like-
fucking tree. Like here.
I mean, how much could you get? You bring like $100,000 down there.
here?
You like fucking rich as fuck with $100,000.
Dude, you're set for life.
Cause like, listen, so I think I checked my taxes. I think I made like $45,000 this year.
The fact that you have to fucking check
Like-
your taxes is so funny to me.
Yeah, I know. Like, fuck, dude.
It's fucked up.
Like, I made like $45,000 this year, and a lot of people don't even make that here.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm still kind of struggling. Like I said, my girlfriend can't make any money, so I'm
Right.
paying off the stuff by myself. Like my rent
Yeah.
is like $13.50 a month,
Yeah, that's rough for me. I would never.
but it's a livable house. That's the thing.
Right. I mean, yeah.
Like some of the houses around this area are like 2,000, 2,500. Yeah, like
Yeah, with mortgages that are like anywhere from like 250,000 to like 500,000, and then you go into the town and it's like $1 million houses, but
Yeah,
they
dude.
look like they should be $100,000 houses,
like there's
150,000.
like 3-bedroom houses that cost like $1 million.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Yeah, just depends on the area. It's really weird.
So there's not a whole lot of music around you in the style that you
Correct.
play. So how did you first come to, like, I guess, be exposed to the music and fall in love with it enough to make it?
Well, I sort of came to music from two different angles. I always grew up with music, particularly like English speaking music, English sing. I don't know, music in English, right?
Yeah.
Because my mom had lived in the U.S. for a little bit, and she was again an English teacher, and like it was very like we were very English oriented as,
Okay.
as like a family, or at least at our family unit. And so I grew up with standard like butt rock from the 80s and shit like that, of varying degrees of quality. But that sort of got me accustomed to have, like having a sense of rhythm and all that kind of stuff. And I started, of course I would like hum and shit like any kid does. But like when I was 10, I got FL Studio, and then I started fucking around. And then a couple
Yeah.
years later, I started learning guitar. So then I kind of like I was already thinking in terms of production while I was learning to play an actual instrument. That was my first instrument. And so that juxtaposition led me to a lot of music that was kind of experimental, because the whole like power chord thing got old very quickly for me.
Yeah.
And so by the first year of me learning guitar, I was already into like, because I wasn't really into anime as well, so like I was really into Rito Shishigure and like post rock bands from like the Tenchio record label and all that kind of stuff. That's like pretty. It's experimental rock, but it's with an indie kind of sensibility, as opposed to like when you say like, for example, progressive rock, like, and you think of the Western.
It's like the kind of shit you'd hear on like an anime intro, right?
Okay, hold on. The thing I always like to like make this like distinction, because like when you say progressive rock in the Western world, you think of motherfuckers with Strandbergs, you know what I mean, and like it's all like very clean, very well produced, you know what I mean?
Like Rush,
But
or
Not
like
necessarily.
Genesis,
Progressive
or...
rock has a very wide range, because there's old
Right. I mean,
progressive
I'm talking
rock,
modern
which is
progressive.
like, okay, modern progressive. Then
Like
that's like Strandberg
current day.
guys. Yeah,
But
like Pliny or whatever the fuck his
Oh,
name
God.
is.
Oh,
I don't
I
listen
would-
to him.
I
but
will claw my eyes out if you
Sean.
keep talking about Pliny eyes.
I don't listen to Pliny. I'm not a fan of it.
Well, stop talking about it.
Stop talking about it. Just delete
Give
him
him
from
any
the
free
podcast.
press.
Don't give him any free
It's
press.
already
Can't
bad
you-
enough.
You bleep that. You bleep when I say his name.
I hate.
I'll forget.
But so yeah, if you look at the Asian kind of countries, the way they got to progressive stuff was like more on the punk side of stuff. So like instead of playing Strandbergs or something, they play like Tellys and Jazz Masters, and like it's very like indie punk kind of sensibility to it, and that's what drew me in. Like they will play heavy parts, like really distorted parts on the neck pickup, let's say, you know, that all these kinds of things on single coils, on strats, you know what I mean? So it's like, and the drums are super
I honestly
like out
think
of
that
tune.
their
very,
tone, their tone is better than
Oh,
I like.
100%,
Because
yes.
Americans, they go, oh, look at this tone, look at this fucking tone, and they care so much about tone, and it sounds like shit.
Exactly
Yeah, and
like
then
that.
and then I listen to like Asian tone and guitars, and I'm like, yeah, that sounds beautiful.
Yeah,
that
like
sounds
some of the
exactly
top,
like what I want a guitar to
fucking
sound
some of the
like.
top
Japanese-
acts, they just use
Japanese
like a
bass
Boss
players.
SD1. Oh, dude. Like they'll use the shittiest fucking gear you can imagine and just get something out of it. And that's sort of a philosophy that I really resonated with, because again,
This dude,
we don't have
Tenchio,
much. You know what I mean?
Tenchio told me he uses fucking what's it, guitar, ultimate guitar, whatever the fuck. What's your
No, that's the
What
place
is
where
it?
you get tabs, which I
no?
I
That
can't
is,
retab.
what is it called? It's guitar.
Guitar Pro. No, Guitar Rig.
Pro?
There you go.
Guitar rig. Yeah, he uses
5.
Guitar rig. Guitar rig.
I use Guitar
I thought you
Rig
said
and
you used
Amplitude
Guitar
3.
Rig 3. Oh, Amplitude 3. I thought you said you were using Guitar Rig 3.
No, I use Guitar Rig 5, which is still old, you know what I mean? But like,
But it's not like I was using Guitar Rig 3 and it was fucking garbage.
there's this guy, Nojikas, I mean, that's his project name. He's one of the like the more recent dudes doing like proggy electronic stuff in Japan. And we got to talking because like we were always compared when we were first getting like our feet wet, and eventually we just like sort of became I guess you could say friends. And so we got to talking about gear and stuff, and like he told me like his first like 3 albums I think were recorded on a fucking Zoom multi-effects thing that was like $60.
Whoa.
And it sounds great. Like it sounds good because when you don't have much, you know what I mean? When you don't have access to all these different things, you realize that that's not what actually will make or break your thing. Like you figure out a way. I didn't have an audio interface until my 3rd album. So
Are you
I
fucking
recorded
serious?
all that shit with like an iRig like phone thing that I sort of connected jankily to the computer.
That's insane.
And then I would just like cut up, since it doesn't have a preamp or anything. You get a lot of like noise, and so I would just cut out the noise and like by hand, you know what I mean? And I would make it work. And then I got an interface and I burned it because I didn't know how to use it. Like I put it on 9-volt.
I will say when I was younger, I could come up with the craziest ways to like get like the perfect whatever, you know. But now as I'm older, if there's not like a VST readily available
God,
for
yeah.
me to download, I'm like, I'm not gonna fucking do it then. I could care less.
Right? No,
If
that's
it's, yeah. someone put 100 hours into this and it's not free for me to download and use and not credit? What a bunch of shit.
I make it a point to stay limited. Because I think limitation is the mother of creativity. Otherwise, like if you have like option paralysis, like I don't think much is gonna come out of that. So
yeah, if you have too many options,
too many plugins,
can make you
too many
like
amps,
stress
too many
out,
pedals,
and then you
whatever.
don't actually
Exactly.
use
It's like
them.
okay, it's like if you walk into an art studio and there's every tool available ever.
You're gonna
like
pick what you're
everything.
comfortable with, regardless.
You're gonna gravitate towards one thing, but then you're gonna feel like maybe. But if you walk into a place and there's a pencil and a piece of paper, you'll figure something out. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And if you can't figure something out with a piece of paper and a pencil, then you're stop doing art. You know what I mean? Like just reassess the way you're approaching things. I think so. I always make it a point to stay limited.
Friend that you made their name so I can look them up.
The artist's name is Nojikas, but his name is Utoi.
How do I spell that?
Nojikas. He's since abandoned this project, but some of the stuff is still around on the YouTube.
How'd you end up meeting them?
Well, I got really into when I was really getting into guitar music. Let's say I got really into the Facebook groups and shit like that. Which now I look back and I can only it's like what I can only assume feels like damn flashbacks to you all. But at the time there was this dude that was like, "Oh, you sound like this," and I was like, "I do," and I was like, "Yeah," and then he like talked to him, and I was like, "No," and then 3 years later I was like, "I'm gonna shoot him a DM," and so he just like he was cool. He's a cool dude. He was in college and like studying whatever, and then he stopped doing music because he was, you know, the Asian way of doing things. Like you become an adult, and then suddenly all your dreams are gone.
Yeah, you're just dead inside and have to work your office
all right,
job.
You're a doctor now. So there's like a shit ton of incredibly talented musicians and like super creative people that just like you never know. You know what I mean?
Yeah, they're
I mean,
they're
even
just forced
there's
to
even
grow up and give up on their dreams.
Yeah.
There's even K-pop musicians. Every single K-pop musician or whatever the fuck, they're like at some point they're just like, all right, well I gotta head out and do fucking military service for the next 40
mandatory.
years. Yeah, mandatory.
Yeah.
And I'm just like, that's fucking crazy. And there's like so many places that do that where they're like, this is mandatory, and then afterwards you don't gotta worry about it again. It's like, all right.
That is one thing I do enjoy. I'm glad I don't have to do no military shit.
I mean, we don't either, for the record.
Yeah, I'm Gucci with that. I'm totally fine. I don't want to shoot people.
I mean,
that ain't my
honestly,
thing.
My preferred life, honestly, is because right now I live in Virginia, which if you don't know is I live in just like nowhere land in America. You got all of America, United States, right? And then you get just like a nowhere land. Just got a lot of pretty
all
trees.
Of America.
Farming,
the whole half
right?
of the world.
Me included.
Yeah.
Yeah. So the preferred life for me, honestly, if I could just make like a real quick buck, not a quick buck, you know, spend a fair amount of time in the music and everything and make a good amount of money, and then just take that and move to like some small town where they got some like, I don't know, cobbly brick roads or whatever, and like a nice ocean close by or some shit. Like if you could picture like in Italy, but like there's fucking nobody around, just like a bunch of old people, and they got like their meat shops and stuff like that. You can walk around. I'd do that. That would be cool. I don't know if I like necessarily need to live in a
like
city.
literally here though.
Yeah, go
That's
move.
what I'm saying.
That's
Go
like
move
exactly
in with
what
Tenchio.
here is like.
That's what I'm saying. Is like I don't need it would be, I mean, maybe for a while it would be cool, but I can't imagine living in a fucking penthouse skyscraper the rest of my life would be something that I'd be like entirely happy. I don't know. I grew up in the fucking woods in Virginia, and there's something to just like not having a lot about your like life around you. It's like you kind of just like you forget about all the other shit, and you're just like, I'm gonna go for a walk.
Wait,
I'm gonna walk my fucking dog.
Speaking about life in woods, in Uruguay, you got any like crazy animals there, like that just aren't we would have never seen before, like crazy tree frogs,
we have, like,
or like
we don't have woods to start with. Like it's not a thing. It's very it's a lot of just plains and meadows and shit.
Okay.
But
do you do a lot of frolicking there?
Yeah, do you?
No, because it's illegal. But
Is
it's
it
actually
illegal
in the penal
frolic?
code.
No!
Damn.
What about dancing?
That's just a personal thing that I don't do.
Dancing is illegal here in Utah.
What?
You ever heard of the movie Footloose?
Yes.
Have you watched it?
No.
Like, dancing is literally illegal. That is based on a true story in a town in Utah.
Oh.
It's fucking
Maybe
stupid.
They were
Like,
just really bad at it.
well, yeah,
That's why I don't
they
do
were.
it.
Well,
They just
there was
saw
like
people
some
dancing and they're like, that should be illegal.
Ugh,
there was
fuck.
some law that like if you have an event, you need to get a license to allow people to dance at that event, or
Dance
the
license?
cops will literally come in and arrest people and then for fucking dancing, dude. It's not even a joke.
They're
This is
like,
real.
But
You got
okay,
a
so
license for those moves?
You got a
Like,
license
right,
for
like,
those
what-
moves. I just saw you dab and then do the nay.
What
You're going to jail,
threshold
son.
is it? What is it considered a dance move? Like it's like
Anything.
I feel like that's so up
I
in
feel
the
like
air.
anything.
Like
Yeah, I know. I don't know. It's like a
you know what I mean?
religious
Like,
thing, I
it's so
think.
non-specific. Like if you're just like
What if
like linking
what if for this
rhythmically, it's like
one
is that
town-
dancing?
what if this one town in all of I almost said America again, the United States, there's just like it's actually horrifying where this
He's
old woman like,
learning.
no, stop him, stop! And he's just like, oh yeah, and then she's like, no, like, the fucking life is.
now. Kill him.
Yeah, the police are like,
legs.
you better stop it right fucking now. And this guy's just like doing the boogie woogie.
He's like,
Yeah.
I don't want to shoot. I don't want to shoot you.
Don't
but I
make
have
me
to.
do this.
Don't make me
Stop
do
it.
this.
Please don't make me do
Don't
this.
The guy
Yeah,
does the splits.
it's
He's
just-
like, don't you do the splits one more time or I'm going to have to shoot.
You're not making this any easier, buddy.
Holy shit.
That's
Whoa.
yeah, no, that is what the U.S. is like, though. To be fair, so
It's you know GTA
yeah.
that to me looks more realistic than the US.
Bro,
do
in
you
some
mean?
places that is the fucking U.S.
Like it
there's so
literally
many police
looks
here.
like the stuff that would happen, that the stuff that I've seen happen in real life in your fucking country
Oh, yeah.
is
dude,
more
it's wild
bizarre
here.
than shit that could happen in GTA.
To be
wild.
fair,
Yeah,
here.
seriously.
most of that shit
Fucking Florida. It's all in Florida.
Yeah. I was about to say that.
It's,
Yeah,
if you
fucking
if you see all the
I've
Florida man
heard.
memes,
Yeah. I've met a Florida man actually.
he's probably
Yeah.
ridden
How
on
what-
crocodiles before.
Yes.
I held a baby crocodile once.
Does anybody think that Americans are like kind of cool? Like, are
No.
Americans like? Do people look at Americans and go like,
Oh, the whole
"Those are
world hates
cool."
America, dude.
No, nobody.
Yeah, I mean, I figured, but
20 years ago, sure.
okay.
Now it's just like like 10 years ago my mother-in-law went to the US just to fuck around, right? And this is not to say that this is what Uruguayans are
Yeah.
or do, but she just saw a black man and she was like, let's take a picture with this black man because I've never seen a black man before.
I hear that happens a lot in Japan. If
Yeah.
you
It's-
visit
and it was
Japan
like-
and you're
There-
It's
she
like a
just has
culture
this
shock
picture with a black man. It's not anyone. It's just a man who happened to be black, and it's just like
Yeah.
yay. And so, but yeah, we think you are exotic,
Whoa.
but
Hell yeah.
like
Little old me.
if you get to,
Little Thomas.
particularly like that, like if you talk
The
like that,
exotic
we'll
boy.
be like, oh my god.
Who is this exotic hero I have?
Yeah, like he has like no melanin whatsoever. It's incredible, truly. But yeah, like
That's
for example,
crazy.
that's for us. You are
It
like
hurts. The sun hurts me.
yeah, like I've never worn sunscreen in my life, and I'm fine. You know what
I
I mean,
have
like,
to.
Whoa.
Dude, I go out in the
Um,
sun for like literally an hour and I'm like my skin starts peeling the next day. Like
I don't
I'm
even
red,
go
it
outside,
hurts.
and
It
my
fucking
face
sucks.
lotion has SPF like 50
Jesus
in it or some
Christ.
shit.
I can't with that, and I don't need it. I'm fine. You know what I mean? I don't have cancer yet.
God, I
but
wish
so,
I wish my
wish
skin
you-
was
you wish I
darker.
get cancer?
Cause no,
I
no,
wish
no.
you'd get fucking.
Don't
you
get cancer,
fucking
please,
asshole. I
God.
wish you'd get cancer.
No, I wish my skin was darker because then my fucking skin wouldn't hurt in the sun.
well, it's that, but you also would like your chances of getting arrested would increase like. A lot.
Especially in America. Or, I
No,
mean, the
only
United
in-
States.
in
I'm
the
sorry.
in the
Only
United
in the
Americas.
United States. The United Americas. So wait.
I have to believe that we're just. I have to believe that the United States is something that people across the globe love to keep track of, purely just because
Yes.
we got the
'cause
juiciest.
the weird shit,
We,
Yes.
we got the juiciest. People look at America, they're like, "What the fuck is that?"
Because
Not
every
only
fucking-
that,
every
you're
like couple
so-
of months, some crazy shit happens here.
You're also so like willing to just air it out. You know what I mean? Just like
Yeah.
it's like, look at the thing that happened. Everybody look.
And everybody's
and
like,
everybody
why would you
looks.
say that?
But we do look. You know what I mean? We do, and it's come to a point culturally where it's like, I had people at my school like talking about Logan Paul, and like
And
they
you're on the
didn't
other-
they didn't
You're
they
like
didn't
literally
speak
like
English.
4,000 miles away or some shit.
Right, they didn't speak
Knowing
English. They
about
had no
Logan Paul.
idea what was happening, but they knew who he was. And it's like, why do you know this? Why do you need
Yeah.
to know? Like, what's the And it's like, it's just that North American media is just so widely broadcast that
Dude.
we get a taste of it, even if we have no fucking clue what's happening. You know what I mean?
Do you guys pick sides too? Like it's like during the whole Trump Biden thing,
Oh, no.
the whole world was losing their fucking
Okay,
mind. They
you
were
were
just like
just-
watching.
Team
Looking at
Jacob or
it.
Team Edward?
Edward.
What?
Yeah, 100%.
Why?
Edward, absolutely. Dude, have you seen the fucking
Team
movies?
Jacob, he's a werewolf.
Yeah.
Bro, what, are you kidding me? Have you watched the fucking movies?
I mean, it's not because he's. I don't. It's not because he's
Hey.
a wolf. It's he sucks as a person. Like he's not
Well,
a
That's what
good
I'm
yeah.
saying,
guy.
yeah.
Hey, he sucks as a person, but he's a werewolf. That's cool.
Well, the
Well,
other
he's
one
literally
literally
the
sucks,
equivalent-
and he's not a person.
Jacob is the equivalent of a homeschooled fucking kid, and it's
Yeah.
annoying as shit. He's like this little
I
like,
like that we're talking about
like
this. This is
grubby baby.
hilarious.
And all I'm saying is that like the vampire people, they're like these civilized like yes, like yeah, they
Right.
have that
Right.
like better than you hottie thing, but it's still like I don't know. They just their cadence is better, and I like it more. And also their overall, I don't know. They just got a crazier,
You're just
cooler
racist.
vibe.
Just say it.
No,
You're just racist. You don't like-
no,
Get your fucking pink vampire, pasty white looking ass.
Pasty white, like glows in the sun. You know,
Bro,
that's
no.
I like the idea of like fancy vampires. They're just like, yes, this is a 1954 vintage
Well,
O negative.
wasn't that only the vampire group or whatever in Italy or some shit? I don't
Yeah,
know
they
what
did
it's
have
called.
that.
Volturi?
Yeah.
Volturi,
Yeah.
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 Oh, was
They
that
were the
thing?
No,
fancy
like
ones,
this-
that we
right?
know
But the normal
so much about
vampires. Dude, I watched the whole Twilight thing like a year ago or something. I watched all the
I'm not
movies.
gonna lie.
DVDs.
You have the
Bro, it's
DVD.
good. It's good. It's not great. Like it's not the same good.
Well-
the kind that like the Lord of the Rings is.
It's
But first off,
entertaining.
Well,
it's
of
so
course not, 'cause
fucking
Lord of the
good,
Rings sucks.
entertaining.
Lord of the
Oh,
Rings
you
is
think so?
okay. I think it's
Whoa.
fine.
I love the Lord of the
I've
Rings.
never
I think
heard
it's
someone
great.
actually
I like the
say
Hobbit
that.
movies. I like
I've
the Hobbit
fallen
movies more
asleep
than Lord of the Rings. Well, it's
At
so long.
anything Tolkien related, anything that I've seen that's Tolkien, I've fallen
you-
asleep.
Are you not a fan of like Dungeons and Dragons kind of vibe shit? Like,
I am
like-
not at all.
You're not.
It's so
Okay,
boring
see-
to me.
so to me, like, and this could be comparable to like your experience. Whenever I see like what are the big robots called in animes?
Mecha.
Next.
Genshin,
What?
Gundam,
Gundam, you mean?
Gundam,
Genshin
Gundams.
Impact.
I
Oh,
don't like
dude,
Gundams.
I fucking build. I have a Gundam right next to me. I built
See,
it myself. I have
so
a Gundam shelf.
You're a fan of Gundams,
Yeah.
but
Oh,
I'm over
but
here
Gundams
being
bore
a
the
fan of
shit
like
out of me.
I'm like a huge fan of like fantasy stuff, like elves and like trolls and goblins and whatever the fuck, swords and shields, whatever, dragons.
Mhm.
Love that shit. Love it.
Mm.
Love it so much. It's like my vibe. But then when I see Gundam stuff, I'm just like, nah, that just ain't my thing.
Oh,
That's I totally get that.
we're kind of running up on time, but I did have one thing I really needed to talk about.
Mhm.
Is
I
it
went.
penis
You going
related?
back to the Anglo-Saxon methods
was
or whatever the
What?
fuck.
Give me
No,
one
shut the
extra
fuck up.
method that I
Shut the
can.
fuck up.
You,
I have to talk
you
about
put
this.
your finger
Shut the fuck
down
up.
through the center and push
Oh,
it in,
no,
and then you
that's
start.
sounding-
we call it the corn dog.
Just start punching it.
All right.
I call that.
Yeah, sorry.
All right.
I call that the cannonball because you're just like.
Oh my god, no!
Oh, get your
no.
stuff. The musketeer.
Ah,
Yeah, I call that
Musketeer.
the.
Let me close
So
the
you
my
grab
legs.
it.
balls.
You grab it and then you go like
I call that the muzzle loader.
the muzzle loader.
God.
You're
Anyways,
giving a very descriptive name
Each
for it.
metaphor gets worse. Like it makes me close my legs more.
anyways, I'm gonna go muzzle load after this.
Say your piece, baseman.
Okay,
Yeah.
so I found a restaurant nearby where I am right now, and
Mm-hmm.
it's called Yo Nuts.
The muzzle loader.
It's called Yo Nuts. And I was just like, man, I really want to get some. I want to get Yo Nuts in my mouth right now. And
Did you say that to them?
yeah, I'm gonna go there after this podcast.
Take a recording, put
Get
your
Yo Nuts
phone
in
on
my
record
mouth.
and stick it in your pocket and say, "Hey, I just
my
really
God.
I came in here to get Yo Nuts in my mouth."
I'm gonna get a video
Don't-
of the
don't do
sign
that.
at least and say that.
Okay. I
But
just
I'm
really
not
want to
saying
have a
that to
taste
a
of
real
Yo Nuts.
person.
I want a taste of Yo Nuts right now. I just need it.
But
I
I
need it
really
so
needed
bad.
to tell you guys that I
that's
found
You
the
have to
best
ask it really
place in the
awkwardly
world.
though. You have to do it. Be like, can I have your? Can I
Your-
have
your-
your nuts in my
Your
mouth?
nuts and
Yeah,
everything.
can I have your nuts in my mouth?
And they're like, all right.
Like it's not even yo, it's your nuts. Like it's
Can I have your nuts?
It's
In
just
my
sexual
mouth.
harassment at that point. He's not even trying to be funny. Right,
my
sorry,
God,
Thomas. What was the
dude.
thing you were trying to say?
That's all. I just want to
That's
tell you
it?
about
Oh.
your nuts.
So you're saying, oh, we're running short on time. I wanted to tell the story about
Yes.
I want to go to the nuts
The
store and
people
ask
need
for
to
nuts.
know. The people. Anyways,
I will say, Tenchio,
Yeah.
wow, it is an actual world of difference. Because we've done a couple interviews here with other USAians over here.
You're
And
the
I
first
will
person
say-
fucked you
outside
over.
of the country.
I fucked you up. Now you can't say Americans anymore.
Well, no,
Yeah.
I brought it up
Seriously,
too. Dude,
well,
no, it's
I
serious.
feel
It's a
ashamed.
thing, though. We should not. Nobody in the United States should be using America as a fucking name
what
for
else
it.
would you
because
call
And I
them?
never
'Cause
thought
you
about
can't
it.
say them.
the
you
United
can't-
States, the U.S. There's
but
literally
what would
so
you
many
call
other.
people in the U.S. Like
The United Statesans. What would you call people
Well-
in North or South America? I guess
I would call
Canadians
them
would be Canadians.
Uruguayans,
Uruguayans. Uruguayans.
Uruguays.
Mexicans, Canadians.
Uruguays.
What do you
You
call?
have to understand that
fucking-
even your country name is kind of dumb. Like
Yeah.
Yeah,
The
like we
United
could have
States of
been named
America?
something cool like
What can you
like
call
George
us?
Land.
George Land. I would have been fine being called the George Landin.
If we were all Georgians.
Landian.
George Landian.
The only
Yeah,
thing
I mean-
that
So
I
wait,
can
what do
think
you
of
guys
is,
call
like,
us then?
Yankees.
Stupid.
Gringos.
Just names, just fucking
Yeah,
bullies.
just yeah.
White. Dude, but not everybody here is.
Gringo, gabacho.
Gringo means white, right? Like,
No, gringo means like American, like North American.
does that mean American? North American?
Yeah, like if we see a
Oh.
Latino dude that's like that speaks English, or a black dude that speaks English and doesn't speak, that's a gringo.
Oh my
Okay,
goodness.
I didn't know that.
I
I,
didn't
thought
even
it
know.
was
Yeah.
specified towards like white.
No, that's a fucking gringo.
white people. Because people,
Whoa.
Latinos here call white people gringos too.
Well, those
But they
Latinos
also
don't
moved
count.
from. Well, they also moved. They moved
Okay,
from there.
if they moved, fine.
Yeah,
But if
'cause
they're,
they-
if you're
they grew
a
up
dude
somewhere
that's
else.
born in the U.S. with like Mexican parents, you're a fucking gringo. Like we are not gonna
because they're
we are not
United
gonna
States born.
call you like you're not a homie. You know what I mean? Like
Not a
you're-
homie.
you're
wow,
a gringo.
so
like,
we're not
you know what I
homies
mean?
right now. I'm a gringo, not a homie.
Yeah.
So I can never be a homie with Tenchio.
No, particularly
That
because we don't
sounds
use that word
racist.
here. It is. We are racist. Is what I'm saying.
Fuck.
I mean,
Oh.
granted,
Damn.
American is not a race. You know what I mean? It's
No.
more of a mindset, and like that you all
it's a
seem to
feeling.
share.
Mine.
It's just a feeling, you know.
It's a warm
And
fuzziness
we
in
find
your
it
heart.
hilarious. That's sort of the thing. So like, no matter your race, if you're from the U.S., born in the U.S., you're for me, you're a gringo, like 100%.
Is that a bad
That makes
thing
sense.
though?
No, it's just the
Okay,
fact
thank
of the
God.
matter is you're not.
It's just the lingo, I guess. And yeah,
Yeah.
I guess there's
A
really
gringo
they're not
lingo.
going to take the time to say like a USAan, you know,
No,
or like
but-
a
Well,
fucking.
yeah, we
Who the
already
fuck
discussed
says
like
that?
what the fuck are we supposed to call ourselves other than
we literally
Americans?
just say norteamericanos, estadounidenses.
We could be, yeah, but then Canadians are also North Americans, and so are.
No
No, but
one
we
gives
say
a fuck about
canadienses.
Canadians.
Canadienses y
True.
estadounidenses.
What does that mean?
Yeah, you dumb
Canadians
idiot,
and
Josh.
people from the United States.
Okay. Hey, wait.
Estadounidenses.
I had a question. Completely.
Huh?
I feel like we could end the podcast before I ask this.
Mhm.
It does have to do with your music. You say something in your song. You said like something in Anesis. What did you say there?
Oh, there you go. That they're happy. That's what it says. They are happy.
in
Ellos son
Spanish
felices.
or
Yeah.
what is?
That's Spanish, yeah.
Okay.
And the only reason it's in Spanish is because in Spanish it rhymed with releases.
I liked
Uh,
how it sounded there. It's I
yeah,
just really
that's-
like that part.
Thank you.
That's sick.
It was truly just because like, I speak both these languages and like this rhymes with this. It doesn't have to be in the same language. It just has to rhyme. You know what I mean? So,
That was a 10 out of 10 part right there. I just have to
thank
say.
you. Thank
Really
you.
like that fucking part. Like it's
Thank
in
you.
my head randomly. I just think of it.
Yeah, everyone quotes that to me like when they talk about music, like in real life when we talk about my work, they're always like, "Oh, that part."
Really?
Yeah.
So I'm not the only one. Then that's
No.
just a really good fucking part then.
Even my
Everybody
mom
agrees. Everybody
my mom
agrees.
always is like whenever I talk about music, she's like, and I'm like, okay.
She's
Yeah.
like,
Okay.
my
One
little
thing
my
you
little wordsmith.
Yeah.
My little
Honestly.
literary baby. Okay, mom.
So, is there anything you want to promote, shout out, or
Well, yeah, I guess. There's
Fuck
this
yeah.
EP coming out like in a fucking 2 weeks or whatever, February 1st. And it's called Trauma. I also have physical releases for like the first time in forever.
My God.
And
Did you have to pay $50 to ship that to me?
no, I figured it out.
God bless.
I mean, the thing.
Was it?
I
Did you
the
still
thing that I
make money
figured
off
out.
of it?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay, fuck yeah.
I had to. This is the third one. I had to be really sneaky about it, but I figured it out. So now that I have the mechanics for it, the social mechanics to do it, it's probably fine.
I
Oh,
hope
yeah.
so.
I mean,
I sent
yes.
a little extra money because I was
Yeah,
like,
I
fuck,
appreciate that.
really
I
don't want you
appreciate
to
where
fucking
can
pay to send this shit to me.
where can people buy your physical releases?
Oh, the
at?
physicals are just, for example, through Spotify, which will
Okay.
take you to Shopify, and then you can buy it there, or also just
Weren't they on Bandcamp?
Bandcamp as well. If that one fails for some reason.
Rick,
Yeah, it wouldn't work for me on Shopify for some
Yeah,
reason.
yeah.
It said like
It's lame.
payment options weren't
It's
available.
lame. But yeah, it's the same service, same product, so there shouldn't be any issues. But yeah, this EP is the first one that has like a lot of vocals, which is something that I've been developing over
Hype.
the like more not so much the vocals themselves, but just the confidence to actually put them in the
Yeah.
mix. You know what I mean? And it's the first one that's like very, very, very personal. The one that I've written, the lyrics were first. You know what I mean?
Oh
yeah,
and,
you'd be like, you put everything in the lyrics, so there's an actual story, something to
Yeah.
be told.
It's sort of
as compared to just having
conceptual, I
music come
guess.
first.
It's just like the story of the last couple years of my life.
Okay.
Battling with autism, obsessive compulsive disorder, and just like relationships in general.
You got
and
hard
so-
life. It's like, I gotta sing about it, dog. It's the only thing I fucking know.
Literally, so like I had it written down, so I was like, might as well make it into something, and so I did. And this sort of opens like it's opening like the season 2 of Tenchio. I would say, like, you know, it's like
This is where where
Right.
the shit really starts.
exactly. And so there's
Okay,
a lot of
hell
stuff coming after the actual EP. There's a lot more stuff coming, and I'm really
Big
excited to
things
share that
coming.
with you.
More
soon.
music?
Not necessarily big,
I
but
will
like
s-
it's
I
music.
will
definitely.
say, guys, we got Tenchio's stuff coming out pretty soon. But listen, you got a whole back catalog of shit that you can listen to in the meantime.
That's
You
true,
got
that
a
is
whole lot
true.
of
He's got a
favorites
lot
in
of
there
music.
that you
Since I
can
was
find.
14.
Go find him on Spotify, wherever the fuck you find your music. I don't give a shit. I'm not your dad. Go look up Tenchio, Tenchio,
Mhm.
anywhere. Yeah, buy all his shit, anything that you can to support a fucking
you.
artist. You're not going to support this artist? You know,
This
you
guy
live
sat
your
here
whole
and talked
fucking life.
about
Disgraceful.
Anglo-Saxon version of masturbation.
Masturbation, and you're not
what
gonna
else did we
fucking
talk
help
about?
this guy?
Throwing up. We talked about throwing up. This guy's cool. This is a cool
Yeah,
guy.
man,
I
that's
will
the
say
first
I
time
would
I've
be
ever heard that.
excited to have a second Tenchio cast. That would be very cool. I very much so like your take on everything,
Hey,
you know,
next-
with the different perspective.
Thank you. I have
Next
so much more
album you
to say.
release, you got to come back on and say all of it.
All right, see you in 5 years.
Are you serious? You're
I
not
am
going to
one
take 5
person.
years, are you?
No, I mean depends on what kind of shit I feel like doing, but I mean an album on average takes me around a year if I have no social life, which I don't. So a year, see you in a year.
So it works out pretty good.
Just so you know,
Well, we'd be
we're
down for
all
that.
gonna be muzzleloading, thinking of you tonight.
Oh no!
Can you send us
So
a
I
picture
can't-
of yourself
Muzzle loading.
to muzzle load? No, you don't have to
teach
be
you.
muzzle loading.
I can teach
Send
you.
us like a pictogram of how to muzzle load.
I can.
Can you
I
s-
can. Again, I started as an illustrator. I can sketch it out for you.
Can you name a song
Yeah.
like the muzzle loader or something?
Oh my God.
No,
People will be
we-
like,
we
"Wow,
can
that's a really
reference.
cool song." Yeah,
It's
people
a-
will
it's a
like, "Yeah,
podcast
what's
You do
that in
that.
reference
You
to?" And
do
you're
it.
like, "Oh, listen."
Yeah, you
We'll
got to be
do
on the
it.
song though.
Oh, sure. Fuck yeah.
The muzzleloader. What is it, like the muzzleloader something? It's got to have a word.
Nah, just the muzzleloader featuring Tenchio.
The muzzleloader
yeah.
feature.
That's
the
what this
muzzleloader
podcast is
Tenchio
called by.
featuring
wait.
Tenchio.
That's what this episode is
Tenchio the
called.
muzzleloader. Yeah,
No,
call
no,
it
no, no, no,
Tenchio
no,
the
no.
muzzleloader.
Tenchio's the only one that muzzle loads, and we nobody else does it. And when he does it, it's weird.
Oh god.
No, I'm
Dude,
just
what's
kidding,
wrong with
guys.
us?
Hey guys, thank you for listening to the Properties of Nature podcast. If you want to find us on Twitter, we are PON_ban. Properties of Nature on Instagram. Our top pinned tweet on our Twitter is our Discord. Do you have any socials you want to shout out, Tenchio?
Yeah, all of them, but they're all 10_Chio. So that there you go.
I don't think I follow you on any of them.
I am most
I'm gonna
active
do
on
it.
Instagram, but recently Twitter. I don't use like much else, honestly, but I have them for some reason because I was told it was prudent to have it. But I'm usually just an Instagram person.
All right.
Same,
That's where I keep
honestly.
keep
Hell yeah.
people updated with shit because it's it's image and audio, so it kind of works out for the things that I do.
Yeah, it gets the best of both worlds.
Yeah.
All right, guys, thank you for
Oh,
listening to the
it's
Properties of
10.
Nature podcast.
It's the number 10_Chio.
Yeah.
Oh, good to know.
Okay.
Good to know.
At
Yeah, that is actually good to know.
Yeah,
_Chio.
10_CHIO. Follow
Yeah.
him. Wow, you got more followers than us.
Oh
Fuck yeah.
shit. You're hanging out with the big
on
kids
Instagram. We're hanging out with the big kids now.
now. Yeah.
Fuck yeah.
I'm not
All right,
even
well,
old enough to
see you
drink.
guys later. Everybody say bye to everybody.
Bye to
Bye,
everybody.
Bye to the everybody.
Tenchio. Bye, everyone.
Bye, Tenchio.
Sayonara.